Hi, so I'm gonna tell my kind of time slips or unexplainable experiences. They're not really like ghost stories, but they're weird experiences that you really cannot explain. I have one story that is mostly probably related to a time slip, or more like a glitch in the matrix, but the other ones I don't know how to call them. So the one that is more like a time slip is, well, this happened maybe like 10 years ago. I was maybe 16 years old, I think I was. So I was 16 and I was home with my sister. It was like 5 p.m. It was still light out. I was taking a shower and then I hear my mom coming home, like all normal, like my mom comes home during that time in the day. I had two dogs back then, so the dogs would get all excited and they would greet my mom, and my mom would maybe talk to them. And I was like, oh, great, like my mom is home. That's good. Keep taking a shower, all normal. So I continue with my shower. I get out of the shower and I see my mom's room is empty. She's not there. I don't see her bag on the table as she would normally leave it there when she comes home after work. And I was like, I go to my sister room, and my sister's just like laying there very casually, and I ask her, hadn't mom come home already? I I don't think I said I heard her come home. I just asked if she has, like, hasn't she come home already? And she's like, no, she hasn't arrived. And then I thought, oh, I thought she had actually come home, right? But it was really strange because I hear very clearly, like clear as day, as if she had come home. Like there was, like, I wasn't really thinking about it. I wasn't like wishing for her to come home or anything. It was just like normal. Um, so when she actually came home later in the day, I told her, hey mom, like a few hours ago I was taking a shower and I heard that you come home like clear as day, and but you actually didn't come home at that time. And she was like, oh yes, like sometimes there's some echoes left in the house. And yeah, sometimes you like hear that some people are here when they're not really here. And I do believe her because she had told me before that she had some kind of similar experience, that sometimes she would hear us, like me and my sister, calling her name when we actually weren't home. Um, and she was like, oh yeah, like very casually, oh yeah, like sometimes there's some echoes left in the house. And back then the topics of glitch in the matrix or time slips weren't popular at all. Like everything was just like spooky things or ghost stories or supernatural stories or whatnot. So that one was weird because it wasn't like, oh, someone is pretending to, I don't know, be my mom. Like it didn't scare me. It was just like very weird, a very weird thing. So no, obviously no explanation for that, but that happened, and I think it's more of a time slip or glitch in the matrix. I'm not an expert on any of those topics, but the little things and videos that I watched recently. That's why I decided to do this video, because I was watching time slips and kind of spooky things, compilations, TikTok compilations on YouTube, and I didn't know about the time slip concept until then, basically. So I was like, oh, like the experience that I had back then is more into that topic of a time slip instead of a spooky or supernatural or a ghost story. So I don't know, I just miss the supernatural story times and spooky story times. And yeah, I just that's why I thought, why not do this myself, about these weird experiences that I had a few years ago. Well, quite a few years ago. So yeah, and the other ones are just more about, maybe more like in the spooky side. Um, So what happened was that I was again taking a shower. I was taking a shower and I was listening. At this time, I was home alone. I was as well, maybe like 16 years old. I was home alone. It was still light out, but I was home alone. I was taking a shower. I was listening to music on my phone. And I was just, taking a shower, everything normal. And suddenly the phone in my, that music on my phone stops. Like this didn't happen. It wasn't like a regular thing that this would happen. So the music stopped. A few seconds passed and I'm like, what happened to the music? And then I hear the voice of a friend whispering my name. But it was weird because I knew this voice. I knew it was my friend's voice, and I immediately, like, I got scared, but I also started kind of as an instinct. I started looking for a how do you call it, like a explanation, like a realistic explanation. And I was like, okay, maybe she's calling me, and the call answer itself, and she's like pranking me or playing a joke on me or anything. And while I was thinking this, while the first whisper happened, and I was trying to find an explanation for this, it happens again. I hear my voice whispered again on the voice of my friend coming out. The voice was coming out from the phone, obviously. And I'm like, hell no, I'm out of here. Like, I got scared that time. So I got out of the shower, take my phone, go to my room, and I immediately messaged the friend whose voice I've heard on the phone. And I was like, did you call me or something? There was no call record on my phone, by the way. And did you call me? And she was like, no, I didn't call you, because she lived close to me. I asked her to come home my home because I got scared and I was gonna be home alone that time, I think, like the rest of the day. And I asked her later to come home. But yeah, there's no explanation for that. There was no record of, there was no record of a call on my phone or anything. So that is another thing that happened. And the last thing is, again, someone whispering my name, but this time it was a man. Again, I was home alone. It was night. I think it was like a Sunday night. I was about to go to bed. And so I listened to a man's voice whispering my name. But again, there was no one that, like, we didn't have, like, no man was living at home. We didn't hear, like, neighbors. We didn't have, like, an open patio or anything for us to be able to hear someone else's whispers that close in the house or anything. And the whisper, like, I heard it very, like, inside my house. So I hear it, someone whispering my name in a man's voice. I didn't know this voice this time, and I just freaked out. I went to my mom's room and I asked her, like, I just heard like someone whispering my name or calling my name. I don't remember. I tried to play cool and just act like, oh, like someone just whispered my name, like trying to not freak out too much. And she was like, no, I didn't hear anything. And that's basically it. Again, someone whispering my name. I don't know the meaning of this, like nothing, like there, I don't find like any other explanation. Like I don't have much. Yeah, like there was no men in my house. We didn't have like a male neighbor or anything, like next door neighbor or anything. We didn't have like the TV wasn't on, or there wasn't music playing or anything to kind of confuse a whisper of my name for like a song or someone something on the TV. So I don't find any explanation for that. It scared me, but since then I don't think I've had any kind of those experiences anymore. These experiences happen in a house that I don't live anymore. I don't think if I already mentioned that, but yeah, I don't live in that house anymore. And since then, anything like that has happened before. I kind of wish, it might sound dumb, but I kind of wish I had some kind of similar experiences, because I love all of these spooky things and paranormal stuff, yeah, obviously. But yeah, those are all of the experiences that I have, and doing this just for nostalgia's sake, because I miss storytime, spooky storytimes videos on YouTube. So I'm just trying to put my grain of salt, or how do you call it, like, no, grain of salt, no, like a little spring of scent. I don't know, it's like a thing that we say in Spanish, like granito de arena, but I don't know how you call it in English. But yeah, so that's my attempt to just put something out there in YouTube, like kind of like that. So those are my experiences.